Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, thumma salatu wassalam ala rasulihi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ba'd. Today is our first day of our Arabic lecture or session, which is going to be basically about um, Arabic for beginners. And we are going to be following a book called Arabic for All, which I believe will be easy for all to manage and understand, inshallah. To begin with, Arabic language is one of the most ancient languages that are spoken worldwide, and it is spoken, as you may already know, in most Middle East countries, but also in some African countries. You can say maybe Morocco, you can say Algeria. All those are Arabic-speaking countries in Africa. So our area of focus today, as all other languages, you may know of, all languages have what we call alphabets. Alphabets that help us to make statements, or alphabets that are joined to make statements, alphabets that are joined to make words that are understood by people. So this must be known to anyone who wants to learn language. So for today's case, we're going to learn what are the Arabic alphabets that are there for those who do not know that. And Arabic as a language has Arabic as a language has 28 letters. These letters start with alif. Alif is like one, or resembles one. One like this. There are 28. There are others that will be added into them that help us to make statements. For example, what we call Hamza, it is sometimes merged with alif to make one letter. We have alif, which is the first letter of the Arabic alphabet. Then we have what we call ba, which is written like this. Ba is pronounced with that elongating sound. Ba. Just your lips do the work of pronunciation. Then we have ta, which is also written. This is a family of three boat-like letters. It is called ta. The tip of your tongue touches behind your four upper incisor teeth. Actually, your upper teeth. Then we have tha. Tha, it is the same thing. Tha, the tip of your tongue touches the lower edges of your upper teeth. Tha, as if it wants to come out. As if your tongue wants to come out. So we say tha, tha. So we say alif, which is the first letter, alif. And something to note here, alif has no meaning. Just like you see the letters of the Quran, the ones we call al-huruf al-muqatta'a, they have no meaning. So if you give them meaning, it means you're making a word already. It is not an alphabet, but it is a word. So that's why when pronouncing alif, you must make sure that the lam has that li sound, that e, that I, li, that vowel I has to be heard. You say alif, and don't say alf. If you say alf, it's 1,000. So you should pronounce it as alif. And then we go to the next one, which is ba'u. Ba. You can either stop at ba or complete it as ba'u. And then say ta, not ta. It should be ta. And then tha. Then we have jim. Jim is written, you get this head and then you put that C. This is jim. Jim it is what we call wasat al-lisan, in the middle of your tongue. Jim. Your tongue raises up to touch the center of your inner, to touch your upper part of the mouth. Jim, inside. Then this is ha. This is Ha. Ha comes in the middle, comes from the middle of your throat. Ha. Ha. Eh? This is ha, the next letter. That's in ha, as if you're breathing, Ha, as if you're panting. Ha, it comes out in that format. And then we have what we call ha, which comes from the top part of your throat. It is ha, ha. It has that O sound, not exactly ho, but ha, ha, which is also pronounced as this way. And then we have what we call dal. Dal, as which is written just like this. Dal. The tip of your tongue still touches the roots of your upper teeth. Dal. Then we say dal with a dot. Dal. Still, the tip of your tongue touches the lower part of your upper teeth. You say dal. Then we have what we call ra, which is written slightly like a curve, but ra. It also has that sound of ra. Then we have zai. This is pronounced by some people as za'u, but in most educational books we find it called zai. It is called zai. Then we have the other one we call sin. Maybe before that, ra, with ra, when pronouncing ra, your tongue slides inwards from where the other letter called nun comes from. Actually, it touches the roots of your tongue, then slides inwards. You say ra. It touches that upper part of your mouth inside from the roots of your teeth and slides inwards. You say ra. Then zai, with zai, the tip of your tongue touches the roots of your lower teeth from inside. Say zai. And then this is sin. Sin also comes from the same place as zai. The tip of your tongue touches touches the roots of your lower teeth from inside. So we have shin as our next letter, which is written like this. We have shin. We write it like this. Shin. Take your hand and then shin. Shin also comes from the tongue, the middle part of the tongue. Shin, jim, and ya. These three letters come from the middle of the tongue. So with shin, your mouth has a little bit of pressure. Shin. That air comes out with shin. Then we have this letter called sad, where we write like this. You start with its head. The head comes first like this, and then as a winding up, you bring it. This is sad. Sad also comes from the same articulation point as sin. Sin, sad, and zai come from the same position. But in presenting them, they differ because you say sin, the other one is sad, then you say zai. So this one is sad. Then we have bod, which is like this. Also, bod. Bod comes from the sides of your tongue. The sides of your tongue touch your upper molars. You say bod. Be cautious not to say dad or duad, because in English we do not have bod. It is written as DH, but in pronunciation it might disturb. So don't say duad, you should say Bod. Then we have what we have ta, which is written. You start with the head, and then you bring this one like this. So it is ta. Now we have ta, and then dal, and then ta. All these have the same articulation point, but differ in what we call sifa, the way they are produced out. This is ta. The tip of your tongue touches the roots of your upper teeth from inside. So I say ta. Then we have this, what we call dha. Or you can say dha'u, like some people might want to complete it. So I say dha. With the dha, the tip of your tongue still touches behind your upper teeth. Behind. Not at the roots, but behind them. Dha. Then you say dha. It's where the letter comes. Then we have what we call ayn. Ayn comes from the middle of your throat. Say ayn. Ayn. It is one of the letters that are not found in English alphabets. So they are a bit hard to pronounce, but you say ayn. Then we have what we call, the other one is ghain, which is written like this. Ghain comes from the top of your throat. You say ghain. Then we have the other one called fa, or you can call it fa'u to complete this name, but it can be fa. You place the tip of your upper teeth inside your lower lip as you say fa. Then we have the next one called qaf. Qaf. Pronunciation is qaf. Also comes from in between your throat. Qaf. Then we have the other one called lam, which can be written as lam. This is its appearance. It's lam, ra, and noon. Almost. And your tongue is placed. The tip of your tongue is placed at the upper, at the soft part, or the palate of your mouth, the inside. The upper palate of your mouth. It's where you place your tongue when pronouncing lam, ra, and noon. And then we have what we call meme, which is written like this. Meme comes from your lips, just meme. It can sometimes be followed by a nasal sound, meme, or it is followed by a nasal sound, meme, to complete its pronunciation. Then meme. Then we have what we call noon. This one, noon. You place your tongue at this soft part of your teeth, at the upper teeth, noon. Then we have what we call wow. As if you're wondering about something, so say wow. Then we have what we call ha. You can call it ha-u, written as you've seen here. Ha. Then we have one that is not commonly written, which is called hamza. Normally when writing alphabets, normally when the alphabets are being written, it is not written because it works the same as alif. They consider them to be the same because what alif does, hamza can do. What hamza does, alif can do. Except in some instances. Then we have what we call ya. Ya, which is the last letter, also comes from, actually Hamza and Ha come from the deepest part of your throat. You say Ha, Ha, Ha. Then we have Hamza. They come from the deepest part of your throat. Then we have Ya. Ya also comes from the middle of your tongue. Ya. It touches the center of your mouth. Ya. The center of your upper mouth, inshallah. So those are the letters we have in the Arabic alphabets. Maybe to go through them once again, we say alif, alif, ba. Note here we say we do not say alf like some people might want to say it. We say alif, then ba, and then ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, zal, ra, zai, or zai, then sin, shin, sad, sad, ضاد, ضاد, طاء, طاء, ظاء, ظاء, عين, غين, فاء, قاف. We've forgotten one. Kaf. There's one called kaf, which comes after qaf. It is called kaf, and then lam, then mim, noon, waw, ha, hamza, and then ya. Those are the letters we have. This kaf is just immediately after qaf. Qaf, you can call it Q in English letters. It is equivalent to Q. Then kaf is equivalent to K if you want to pronounce them correctly. Okay. Yes, and also like we had said that Hamza, the one we wrote next to Ya, Hamza, and there is some other letter called Lam Alif. Lam Alif. You will find such letters. These, if combined to the 28 we have, they may lead up to 30 letters of the Arabic alphabets. But these are just combined from within the 28 to help us make some words, to help us write some statements or some words. We also have ta that will be written in this format. This ta is a feminine ta. You'll find it. Do not get confused that we say there were 28. Where this is coming from? These are also part of the letters that are considered in Arabic alphabets. Then we have that concluded. These letters have what we call sounds, and those sounds come as a result of the vowels that are placed onto them. An example is in English alphabets, maybe before that, in English alphabets, we have what we call the vowels. The vowels are in English. We have this one that gives us the R sound, then we have the A, and then we have the E, then O, and then U. So these are the vowels in the English in the English language. Actually, these are the vowels. These are the ones that make up sounds in the English words. So in Arabic, out of these, we have equivalents. In Arabic, we have what we have fatha, kasra, and then dhamm. Fatha, kasra, dhamm. If we look at these vowels here, and then these are Arabic vowels, a part of them. These match. We look at fatha. Fatha matches the R sound. Then kasra matches with the E sound. And then we have dhamma that takes the U sound, which means when placed on a letter or when attached to a certain letter, it will have a, e, u. Eh? Let's give it an example. Let's say maybe we have our alif here. Then we said we attached fatha to it, it will be a. If we attached kasra to it, it will be, there you write, it is e. Then if we attach dhamma to it, it will be u. These are the sounds we're talking about. You say a, e, u. A, e, u. Likewise to all the letters we have. An example again, we can say ba, we can say b, and then bu. Like that, you can say ta, you can say t, and then tu. These are the sounds of the letters up to ya. You can say ya, ye, then you. As simple as that. Yes. Now, after knowing that Arabic has vowels that act similarly, or vowels that act similar to the English vowels, which are basically three, where we say this one is a, then this is e, and then this is u. Arabic has more other vowels that give sound to a letter. Those vowels add up to 10. Those vowels add up to 10. These are three of them. We can say a, e, u, which is fatha, kasra, dhamma, the name of the vowels. We said when fatha is attached to a letter, it becomes a. When it is kasra, it gives us the e sound, and when it is dhamma, it gives us the u sound. What are these other vowels that can be attached to these letters? We have what we call fathatain, kasratain, then dhammatain. These are also vowels of the Arabic alphabets. Actually, these ones, fathatain means double fathahas. Which sound do they give? Fathatain, they give the sound as, if placed on alif, for example, it is an, becomes an, yes, an. If kasratain, meaning two e sounds on top of the other, fathatain, two kasras, kasratain means two kasras, we say in, and then dhammatain meaning two dhammas, we say un. You'll find words that have such vowels on top of them. Do not get surprised because you know them. This is an, in, un. The same will happen to all the other letters. You can say ban, then bin, and then bun. These are also part of the sounds that can be produced by these letters. Up to the last one. We also have other sounds like alif, and then waw, and then ya. Are you aware that these can also be sounds of letters, or these can also be used as vowels that work, that have effect on letters? Now, when do these three become vowels, or when do they make an effect on a letter? It is when they have what we call the other vowel called sukun. Sukun means the letter is silent. It has no It is constant. It has no any vowel of either kasra or dhamma or fatha on it. It means the letter is just there like this. It has nothing on top of it. Just like this. Then just like this. If you find any letter plain, just written there, it means the letter has a silent sukun, like you say in your works that when we have A, there's a silent one somewhere. When we have B, there's a silent one somewhere. Likewise, even on these letters, if a letter is written plain like this, it has what we call sukun that is not written. But you should put it in your minds that letter has sukun whenever it is written somewhere. Until it has been specified as maybe ba or b or bu. This is when it ceases to have sukun. So when do these three work as vowels on a letter? Let's take an example of ba. When does alif become, or when does alif have an effect on ba? Alif has an effect on ba when it is joined with ba like this, and then there is fatha, there is this vowel we started with, there is this a sound before it. If ba has fatha and then there is alif, it is an effect on ba, because now here ba has to be prolonged. You say ba, it ceases to be ba, it becomes ba. Likewise, we can say ta. Sorry, ta. It is prolonged. We say tha, because of the alif that is placed, and then there is fatha before alif. If in case it was dhamma, then here the reading here will change. This one will become bu. It will either mean that this alif has been placed to work as a hamza somewhere. That's why you will say bu or bi, like that. But not ba. Ba only works when there is fatha. What about, it is the same case, by the way. It is the same case to ya, when it has fatha and then there is alif. Ta, we have ta. The same case, we have dha. It is the same case. What about when we have wow? Wow will be a vowel when there is dhamma on a letter. An example is here. You say boo, it becomes longer. Boo, then tu, then thu, then ju, like that, until you, which is our last letter, like we saw. We're going a bit faster because you know most of these letters, inshallah ta'ala. Now we have what we call ya. When does ya become a vowel? Ya becomes a vowel when the letter is preceded by what we call a kasra. A kasra, this way. We say B. You see, B when there is a kasra on letter B, then T. You see this? Then C, like this. Then G, He. You see this? This is how it works. Maybe to make a summary, Fatha works as a vowel. Sorry, alif. Alif works as a vowel on a letter when that letter has fatha. You say, for example, ba. How will alif affect the ba? Alif will make it longer. Ba, alif will make it sound longer. Ba. Waw works as a vowel on the letter when the letter has dhamma. This will affect the sound of the letter, which will be boo. It will be longer. Then ya also works as a vowel on the letter when the letter has kasra before ya. So this will be an example will be b. B. It will affect the sound of the letter ba. Likewise, in all or attached to all other letters, they affect the sounds of those letters as long as they have sukun and they have what we call maybe fatha. Maybe the letters have fatha or kasra or dhamma. If it is fatha, it will be alif affecting. If it is dhamma, it will be waw affecting. If it is kasra, it will be ya affecting. Yes. And then we have what we call mad. There is a vowel that is in this format. You'll find it for those who will who read some maybe works or some books. You'll find this kind of vowel. It is called mad. Mad means elongating something. It is given a sign of this kind. You'll also find it. It also works as an elongator or something that affects the sound of a letter. It can either be put on. An example can be the word G, waji, like this. And it will be put here. This makes it a word, this makes it longer. The sound goes a bit longer. And all other words you will find, inshallah. So inshallah, we can call it a day. We shall start from there. The next sessions, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.